Hey everyone, it's James with All In Warren. I'm here with Stacy and Eric with Cockeye BBQ. Brand new business on the west side, right on Parkman Road. I got to tell you, I'm very excited to have them here in Warren, especially on the west side, on Parkman Road, where business is very sorely needed. So, wanted to talk to them today, get their input and their feel for what's going on, and so let's just get started. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Stacy Hoover, and my husband, Eric Hoover.
Yes, I'm Eric Hoover. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So, most people, when they're driving down Parkman Road, aren't going to look at the building that was for sale for quite a while and say, let's open up our barbecue shop.
Maybe.
Maybe. So give me a little quick background on what you did before this, and then we'll talk about what got you started in with Cockey's BBQ.
I think that's you, hon. That's you, hon.
It started years ago when after culinary school, I was trained fine dining. I worked in private dining clubs and fancy hotels, and it was kind of crammed down my throat that American food wasn't fine dining. Italian and Asian influence foods and French foods, that's fine dining. And as a young man, as in my mind an artist of sorts, a chef trying to develop my style, I kind of realized that there is American food. It's barbecue, and it was something new to me. When I went down south, I really learned a lot about barbecue. Not that there isn't barbecue up north, but it was much more in your face down south. And it was something totally new to me, so I really jumped into it. And as 20, gosh, how old were we? 24,
22, 23. Yeah.
So, and you're what, 28 now?
Yeah, exactly, precisely. Right on.
So that's what got us into barbecue. We moved back up north to Ohio to run different businesses and work in different jobs. The hours of a chef are not the best for a young family guy, and I didn't like it. Well, now our kids are nearly grown. They are almost out of high school, and we've been catering for a number of years now, sort of people twisting our arms. And I'm self-employed and have been self-employed nearly my whole life, so if someone offers me to pay me to cook, I will do it for them. And it turns out a lot of people chose to do that. So we needed a commissary kitchen. We needed a commercial kitchen that was large enough and expansive enough to handle our growing catering business. And with this space, I think that we were able to do both. We can have a small restaurant, we seat about 50 people, and also run our catering business, which we do parties from 50 people to 1,000 people. So we can do that from this facility. So that's kind of how we got here.
Why do you drive down Parkman Road and buy this building? Here's why. Truly.
This is I want to hear this.
Yeah, here's the short version. So he hit on it perfectly. We needed a place to cater. When we bought the building in April of 2014, we thought we'll make it a commercial kitchen and we'll make it available for catering. And at about December, around Christmas time, we realized it's just like catering every day if it's a restaurant. So why not open the door? And that's what we did. We also live on the west side, so raising a young family, I'm a working mom. I didn't want to cook dinner every night. And eventually you want another option, and we realized that we could probably solve a lot of people's problems with that, oh my gosh, what do I do? Soccer starts in a half an hour and the kids haven't eaten. So that's how the restaurant really came to be. We thought we could solve a problem. It was my own problem as a working mom. And then we realized, between the catering and the restaurant, it was time to bring the west side back a little bit. There's not a whole lot of things positive happening for this side of town, and we want to be part of that. We feel like this might be the first step. Breathing a little life back in, bring some good food, bring some good vibes, bring a good place that you can come, that feels comfortable, that feels safe, that you can get a quick meal and get your kids to soccer on time.
Well, I think another part is this is our neighborhood. I drive past here every every Monday night when I take my boys to Boy Scouts, and everybody drives past, and you see an abandoned building, and well, this week windows are busted out, and next week somebody tagged the side of the building, and I don't like it, and I found out nobody does. Not even the guys that are doing it don't even like it. So we said, we're probably, if you read the books and it tells you location, 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 maybe this isn't, somebody expert might say this isn't the smartest move.
Yeah.
But if we don't do it, nobody else is. So let's do it.
We typically don't listen to the experts ever.
Typically, experts are just talking heads who've never really tried anything in their life.
That's right.
Typically.
Yeah.
There's exceptions to the rule, but...
exception to the rule. Correct. Absolutely.
We've heard a lot of, I hate to say it, our food is good, but I've heard more of thank you for opening a restaurant, any kind of restaurant here.
We're excited. Truly, truly. It was time. I drove by this building. Do with this information what you will, but this is the true story. So I used to drive by this building every day to work. So for 7 years, I came down Parkman Road. And yeah, I stopped here when it was the chicken coop. Who didn't, right? We all did. And
I'm so old, it was Leo's.
I know.
Leo's Pizza.
Yep. So eventually, one day, I'm driving to work, and I see the sign, and it says auction. And I call my husband once I get to work, and I say, what's on the schedule for tonight? And he looks, because, again, working family. And he's like, believe it or not, nothing. We have a Wednesday night with nothing on the schedule. And I said, well, there's an auction down at the corner. You want to go look at the old chicken coop? So, throwing caution to the wind, we show up here, 4 o'clock. He's got his cell phone. I have my cell phone. We both put a number in our phone, what we think we're willing to pay. We do this. He shows me his phone. I show him mine. They're the same number. It was meant to be.
Get out of here.
I am not lying. That's a true story.
Yeah.
And then when the bidding started, we both knew what that number was, and yeah, we hit it. So it was meant to be.
Very nice. So in the process of getting everything up and running, how did everything, any hiccups, any unforeseen issues that you came across?
Not really.
What would you tell someone, because we're talking about development within the city, within city limits, and what would you tell someone who may be contemplating doing the same thing that you guys have done, opening up a shop, whatever it may be?
I'll hear your answer, and then I have one too. You go first.
Well, that's two parts. One is knowing what your business is going to be, and we knew what we wanted to do. We kind of had a business plan. I come from a cooking background and restaurant background, so I understand what I need to run that business, equipment and food and menu. Then there's a whole nother part of it that I'm not an expert at. I'm not a building official. I'm not a health inspector. I'm not the mayor. I'm not the zoning guy or gal, okay? So what we did was, after we purchased the building, and honestly, it may have not been a restaurant if I had encountered hiccups. It might have been a pool table and my beer refrigerator and my buddies, this hangout. But I contacted the people that I needed to contact and asked them relevant questions, and they gave me support and great answers. And I think the key is that we asked them before before I drove my first nail or put the first plank of wood down. We got in touch with those people, and we had been warned. Honestly, we had been warned by a few that they were curmudgeons, that it was difficult, and get ready. And the fact of the matter is that wasn't the case at all. And if anybody asks me, I say the city, and the city's a large umbrella that includes all of those people. There we go.
There we go.
They were fantastic. The city was great. From the building department, very encouraging. The first time they showed up unannounced was a little bit scary, because it's like having, your mom walk in your room when you're looking at a dirty magazine, okay? Because, what are we doing?
If we're being brutally honest.
Yeah, right.
What are we doing here? But they were all fantastic. They were, like I said, they were very supportive. They answered questions. If they saw me doing something that maybe I shouldn't be, they were very upfront. So it helped us a lot, I think. And there was no surprises. When they came in, when all of those folks came in for their final inspections, they had a relationship with us already. They knew who we were and how we were doing things. So there was no, surprise subpart 3, part section A, paragraph 3. You didn't read that you had to have this. We kind of knew. We knew what we were missing and what we had to do to bring this building from vacancy to functioning, running restaurant. So that's my answer.
That was pretty
Good answer.
Pretty good one.
Final question, and we could go on and on and on.
Yeah, right. 5 minutes. We're with you.
I tried. Well, I'm past 5 minutes now, but what are you going to do? We all have a vision, what we want to see happen in Warren. I think big picture, everyone wants to see Warren vibrant and have that 60s success that it was way back when. What would you guys like to see moving forward in this part of Warren, Parkman Road, Northwest Corridor, if you will? What would you like to see happen? What would be your vision for the Northwest Corridor, specifically the Parkman Road West Market Corridor West?
It's
a very big question, broad question, but I have a feeling you have a good answer.
No, I don't know about that, but I think that part of it is we need to bring back a sense of hope. We need to bring back a sense that there is something that can be done. It's all about jobs. It always has been. It always will be. When people are comfortable in what they do and they feel a sense of economic stability, then that has an overflow effect. So at the end of the day, we need to get that sense of hope and pride started back up again. And the only way to do that is through well-paying jobs where people can put that money back into the economy. What we're doing here is just a little part of making that easier, more comfortable for people. I would like to see, obviously, you can't just pour money at it. Pouring money at it never solves a problem. But rebuilding it with well-paying jobs that people can take that economic boost back into a restaurant or a store, or that's where I feel like we need to go. And that hope comes from jobs. That's when you rebuild your house. That's when you mow your lawn. That's when you spend time and you get your kids working and you have a sense of pride in the place that you live. So truly, I don't know that we can solve it. We're just here to bring people a little bit of food and a little bit of happiness. But jobs and economics bring the hope, and the hope brings the joy, and that's kind of where we fit in. We just want to be there when that happens.
There always has to be a starting point, and a seed is a little tiny thing that can blossom into something really big, right? It could be a tree,
sure,
or it could be a whole rose bush of beautiful flowers or whatever that is. But I think you're right. It has to start somewhere. It has to. We all know it's about jobs. We have to start somewhere. And I think the biggest point that you hit was we have to start rebuilding. While tearing down things is wonderful, we're getting rid of some of the blight. We have to start planning to rebuild. And you guys have started that here on the corner of Northwest Boulevard and Parkman Road, Cockeyes BBQ. If you haven't been here, come in, support a local business. They've done a fantastic job. They're all in for the city. They're all in for the neighborhoods, for Parkman Road, but they're just all in general. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and thank you for supporting my little project.
All day.
Any final thoughts, comments?
Oh
no, he could probably go forever.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll work on maybe doing another one another time. But I know you got to get to cooking, so
absolutely.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.